Okay, what do you think is going on with Lon?
I have no earthly idea. What do you got there?
I'm videotaping you like we did last week.
Oh, okay.
Okay, the reason I'm videotaping you is because of him
Yeah?
and friends of his that are working really hard to get you out of here.
Yeah. Well, I sure wish that Lon and I could get out of here and get together again. I tell you, I want us to go home. Lon and I just get along fine. I think, or at least I do. I think he gets along with me. You know, I don't think we've ever had a crossword. I just want to go home.
Right, he's working to get you out of here.
Well, I hope so.
He is.
I know he's got to be.
He loves you very much.
I know he does, and I love him. And we get along fine, and I miss him a lot.
So why do you think you're in here?
I have no clue. I really don't. Nobody will tell me anything. Why do you think I'm in here?
I think you're in here because your sister wants you in here.
Yeah, well, I think you're right. I think you're right about that. I think her son and his kid and wife and kid are living in my house.
And I think you're right about
I think I'm right, yeah.
And I've never met Lon face to face. We met through the internet.
Really?
Yes. He has all sorts of stuff going on that is all about you and him and y'all getting back together. He's trying very hard.
I wish he could get it all worked out because I'm sick of this. I just don't believe this. I really don't. I mean, I worked my ass off for 40-something years to be able to retire, and I got a nice retirement, or had a nice retirement, nice prudential retirement, and Social Security, and a nice house. Everything was fine, and they yanked me out and stick me in here. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I sure am ready to go home and get things back together.
Well, I know he's had a very hard time without you.
Well, I sure miss him, I tell you what.
Do you know where he lives?
Well, my mother used to live in Stroud, Oklahoma, but I don't know where she is now.
That's where she is.
Is that where he is? Yeah.
That's where he is. It's the only place he's got to go.
Yeah. Well, who's taking care of my house?
Those family members you talked about living there. As far as I know, I'm not positively for sure, but he couldn't say that.
Well,
but I know it's hard to talk about.
Well, I don't know. I mean, my sister won't tell me anything. She got me in here, and her son and his wife and kid are living in my house. And I don't guess I'll ever get out of here. If I get out, I have no place to go.
That's not true.
Well, where about that? Where do you think I'm going to go?
Apparently, as soon as possible, you'll go to Stroud, Oklahoma.
Well,
because he's going to be looking after you and his mother. She tried to call you on your birthday. They refused to let her talk to you.
Oh, really?
Yep. And that's just your mother-in-law.
Yeah. I don't know. This is just too wild for me. I never would have believed my sister had stuck me in here. I just never would have believed it. But what Carolyn wants, Carolyn gets.
Now, can you look at me and tell me that you want to go home to be with Lon?
Oh, yes, I want to go home to be with Lon. Of course I do. I mean, never any question about it. I don't know I just don't understand what this is all about. Lon and I get along better than anybody I know. I mean, I've had lots and lots of friends that had friends that they, got along with. But Lon and I have never had a crossword. I think
you know, and I know what this has to do with.
Well,
money.
Yep.
But it ain't for his lack of trying to get you out of it. He is knocking on doors and beating them down.
But what Carolyn wants, Carolyn gets, and she getting that Social Security check and my prudential retirement check. And my prudential retirement check's $890 a month, and my Social Security is $1,170 a month. She getting $2,000 a month for me to be kept here. As long as I'm here, she getting $2,000 a month. Now, what incentives does she have to get me out of here? None.
You make a valid point.
None. I'll be here the rest of my life.
Now, don't say that.
Well, you wait and see.
No, people are trying to help.
Well, I just don't get it. I mean, do I look like I got polio? I mean, really, do I look like I need to be here? I just don't get it.
I don't get it, sir.
I just simply don't get it. I'd sure I'd rather be sitting in my bar watching television drinking a cold brewski.
I don't understand why anyone would be placed in a home like this that didn't need to be.
I don't know either. All about money. All about money.
And you've got somebody that wants to be there to take care of you.
Yeah, I know.
I know it's hard to talk about these things.
Well, you know, everything's just fine. Everything's just fine. And all of a sudden, just boom. I remember I got up one morning and I made cookies or something. I took something over to Mike and Cindy, my next door neighbors. And I remember going over there, I had this can of cookies or so whatever I made. And I took it over to Cindy. And I'm standing on the back porch there talking to Cindy, and Don Reynolds shows up out of the clear blue and hauls me off. Here I am. I'll be here the rest of my life. I mean, that, you know,
Hopefully not. Hopefully you won't be here the rest
I
of
just
the time.
don't understand it. You know, I try to do the right thing. I try to be nice to people, and I just don't know.
I think you're in a really bad spot right
Oh,
now.
I'm in a horrible spot.
Yes, sir, you are.
I mean, I'm in a mess. I mean, everybody wants me out of the way. I just don't get it. I just don't know what I did that was so terrible. I just really don't. I just don't get it. And nobody will tell me a damn thing.
Well, I've answered several questions today.
Well, it just,
Now,
whatever I did, it must have been pretty damn bad.
now let's sign off here, and we're going to do something else that's